Hey guys, it's Rachel. Today I wanted to show you how to create the full alphabet and number set fast. Well, faster than doing it one by one. Let's get started. In lesson number 3, we went over how to use digital scrapbook paper to fill in a design. We took a scrapbook paper that we made and we turned it into this cute first birthday PNG file. Then we went over how to fill in the full number set. This video, we're going to show you the same thing, but I'm going to talk to you about it more in depth. Let's go ahead and head over to picmonkey.com. Go ahead and let's create a new design. Do the blank canvas, and instead of switching it like we normally do to 4,000 by 4,000, this is going to be such a big file that we're going to keep it at 2,000 by 2,000. And we're going to find the text we want to use. I decided to use the Bada Boom font, and I'm going to go ahead and start with the letter A, and I'm going to go ahead and adjust it to fill out this entire square. This letter A is going to be my guide, my template. So I want to go ahead and duplicate this and set it aside. Now we need a transparent background, so go ahead and remove the background. And we already have one A on the side over here, as you can see. Well, this bottom A is going to be our template. So we're going to use this A and create every single letter of the alphabet. B, go ahead and duplicate that and set it aside. Then C, do the same thing, duplicate, set it aside. D. Keep repeating this for the entire alphabet and the number set. Also throw in some special characters in there. I went ahead and sped up this part because it is such a tedious process. It's one of the most time-consuming designs I have. Although this design is very time-consuming, it's also very lucrative. Some shops, all they sell is decorative fonts and alphabet sets. 3, 2, 1, and don't forget to include some special characters. Now that we're done with that, we're going to go ahead and pull all of this that we put on the right side. We're going to pull it all together, and then we're going to highlight everything, and we're going to fill this with a texture. You could do a texture or a color. It's completely up to you. I am going to do a built-in texture that's on PicMonkey. So come over here. I'm not going to add my own. The glitter is a good option too. We're not going to do the glitter. I'm going to scroll down and look for something else. I want to do these seasonal patterns, and there is these hearts that are gold and black that I just love. As you can see, we've talked about this before, it always does a fade, so you can see that ugly background color. So we're going to fade this to no fade, and I'm going to adjust the size, and I'm going to go ahead and hit apply. All right, so then I'm going to come over here to shadows and outlines. You don't have to do an outline, but I just think it looks more polished. I'm going to do an outline. Adjust all the thickness that I want. So I'm going to do 30. And I'm going to change my outline to this black. You know, I think 30 is too bold. I'm going to go ahead and do 15. Okay. And it looks like the size got a little bit distorted somehow while I was making this. Maybe I wasn't paying attention. So I'm just going to expand it a little bit more. And then I'm going to move everything back over to the right side. So here's another tedious part. You're going to have to adjust each letter or number to the size of this box and save them one by one. But that's it. That's all there is to it. Now all we have to do is get it ready for Etsy. So I'm not going to talk a lot about Etsy's listing photos, but I do want to show you how to go ahead and start creating one. Go ahead and create a new design, and we're going to do a blank canvas. It shows us right here that the Etsy item listing photo is 2000 by 2000. However, I've noticed throughout the years that the very first photo does cut off some of your design, so I like it 2000 by 1600. And this is the size that I like to make for my listing photos on Etsy. I want to share with you my 3 tips for creating a great Etsy listing photo. Every Etsy listing, you can add up to 10 photos, so go ahead and utilize that space. The first photo should really show what you're offering your customer so they know exactly what they're buying. And the photos after that can just be close-ups or different ways you want to showcase your product. You'll still have spaces to add photos of your logo and information about your shop, and maybe ways that they can find you on social media. These tips are for your Etsy thumbnail, the very first photo that a potential customer will see. When they're searching for something and 25, 50 other shops comes up and you want to draw their attention to your design. Tip number 1, make sure your listing photo is light and bright. We used a white brick background to give it some texture, but we really brightened up the brick design so it wasn't too distracting. Using texture as a background makes it harder for a potential thief to steal your design. And stick with colors that you want. Focus on colors that work with your brand or is a part of your logo. Tip number 2, make sure your photo is clearly understood. And what I mean by this is make sure that first photo clearly states exactly what they're getting when they purchase your product. One of the reasons why this is so important is because when a customer is looking at a product to buy, if they need more information because that picture doesn't say enough, they'll start clicking on your picture. And you might think you want people to come to your shop, which you do, but you don't want them to click around through your shop without buying anything because it will bring down your conversion rate. So in this photo, you can see that they're getting the full alphabets and a number set. It's individual PNG files. That means they can upload it one by one and it's not all combined together where they have to cut and copy or keep cutting each design. Some people get files like that and they're not happy. It also shows that it is the 300 dpi up to 6 by 7 inches. And the last tip I have for you is make sure you use a watermark, but make sure it's a light watermark. Let me show you what I mean by this. Let's take this basic do not copy watermark, although I do recommend you using your business name. And let's go ahead and place it over this Etsy listing photo. Although I faded the watermark, it's still hard to see exactly what I'm trying to sell. And the thing about this is I see this all over Etsy all the time. They are ruining their products because they're so scared someone is going to steal it. The truth is they're going to steal it regardless if you do this or not. And although we want to make it harder for them, we also don't want to lose the opportunity of selling our creations. We faded the watermark a little bit more and it's already so much better. I still don't recommend this, but if you in your heart feel like you need to have that watermark, then this is what I would do. And this is what I used to do. Now I changed the watermark to white and look how much better this looks. You can see exactly what the design is. You can tell there's a watermark on this, and if someone was to try to steal this and print it out to use it as their own, it would be very splotchy. So which watermark will you choose for your designs? Leave a comment below. Our pet of the day today is Dexter. Don't let that cute face fool you. He definitely is the bad one out of the group, but we love him. In lesson number 5, I will go over how to use the built-in clip art in PicMonkey. Thank you guys so much for watching. Do your YouTube magic and hit the like button and subscribe so you can get notified for the next video.